Okay, nasai minasan. Today we're gonna talk about Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 13. This is the first time we actually get to see Super Gotchard, the first super form that has been introduced in Kamen Rider Gotchard, and I freaking hate it. I don't like the suit. I talked about this multiple times already, but the suit is bad. Hopefully the next one is gonna be better. The next one is gonna be Rex X. That is gonna be amazing. I think based on the suit photos that I saw, I can. It's not the best, but it's not as bad as UFO X. Okay, so really amazing thing we are gonna see in the next episode. But let us talk about what we learned from this episode. Okay, so we started out the episode with the introduction of the Alchemy Association leaders. We got 3 leaders, all in hooded figure. We are not sure who they are or whether or not we are eventually gonna learn about their identity or not. But one thing that is like really surprising is the fact that the association doesn't even give a damn regarding the student. They doesn't give a shit about what happened to the people. All they care about is the Chemy itself, the capturing of the Chemy. And I just felt like this is definitely setting up this association to be one of the villain moving down the line. Whether or not it is gonna be related to the 3 Abyssal Sisters or not, we do not know, but it might be kind of like really interesting for us to see that, hey, if this organization turns out to be evil. I think that one is not really surprising, not gonna lie, because there's quite a lot of Kamen Rider show that actually introduce an organization in the beginning of the story just to find out eventually at the end of the story that they are actually evil all along, something like that. Okay, so really fun stuff we get to see from the association stuff, but it also kind of like tell us like that the reason why Kudo Fuga, the father of Rene, actually leave the organization, and being branded a detractor by stealing all the Chemy Cards and all the stuff. There has to be a reason on why he does that, and I think the biggest reason is because the association or the organization or the council, whatever you want to call them, is actually trying to use the Chemy to take over the world itself. They are not the good people as well. They are not as bad as the 3 Abyssal Sisters going out there killing people. Maybe not, but it still doesn't change the fact that they have their own selfish desire or how they want to utilize the Chemy Cards for their own benefit itself. And that is why they are so hung up on the fact that, hey, we need to capture more Chemy Cards and other stuff. And we got a little bit of update on how many Chemy Cards that has been actually captured so far. Okay, I think if not mistaken, is 64 is the number of Chemy that has been captured up until episode 13 itself. So that is quite a lot if you really think about it, because there is only 100 plus Chemy card that has been introduced to us and being teased to us. So I don't think we're gonna get extra Chemy cards. Okay, like they're not gonna release kind of a new phase and then we're gonna have Chemy cards beyond the 100 plus, maybe 200 plus Chemy cards. I don't think so. I don't think that is gonna happen. So moving forward, the cards is gonna come really slowly, really rarely, hopefully, because I if they speed run it, I think it is fine as well, but just give a few cards a special highlight just to let us enjoy them in their splendor, glory, something like that. I think that is gonna be enough and amazing enough for me. Another thing regarding this episode that I just really want to talk about is regarding the exposure. I think a certain scene in the beginning of the episode where you get to see they kind of like have a lot of noise in the image itself. I'm not sure whether or not this is skill issue, production issue, or maybe just technical equipment issue itself, because there's a lot of noise in such a low light environment. It's either they crank the eyes or they just don't have enough time to set up the scene properly, to set up proper lighting and all the stuff, and which causes the noise to actually appears in the episode itself. And the scene where Renge actually sit on the kind of like the seesaw, and we actually get to see her her skin is obviously overexposed and the dynamic range is not able to cover the range of brightness in her skin itself. So that is also a really interesting thing that I just noticed. I figure I point it out because I think having the correct exposure when you record a movie is sometimes can be a little bit challenging, especially if you are new and you are not familiar with the camera. You do not know how to capture a photo to make it like the most decently looking way, something like that. Okay, because like me, I know my camera. If I shoot bright, I can make it like less bright in post editing, post production, something like that. But the reason why I know about this is because like the years of experience of me using the camera itself. Okay, so with that being said, let me move on to the next thing. The next thing I want to talk about is obviously gonna be Houtarou's mother. It's been a while since we saw her in action, and I heard the reason why she has not been appearing in the episode recently is because she has a little bit of family drama, which I'm not gonna cover in this episode because it has nothing to do with Kamen Rider Gotchard itself. But the reason why I want to talk about this is because I felt like Houtarou's mom is a very crucial character in the story itself. So I thank God that she is not being replaced or being recast by another actress, or maybe like her role as a mom is not gonna get cut too much. Okay, because I really felt like she is crucial to the story. I'm not sure how. Maybe it is for us to know that the backstory of Houtarou, or maybe the mother of Houtarou is gonna die and is gonna serve as kind of like a character development moment for Houtarou itself. Maybe not, we are not sure, but really amazing thing we get to see. Okay, so the next thing we get to see is the three abyssal sister. We actually get to see the reason why they choose Sabimaru as the dread driver first user is not because they just want to torture him. Okay, like torturing him and torturing Rinne is just part of the fun, but the real reason is that they can actually users like they want to collect the data and the knowledge that he has in his mind of regarding the Chemy and install it into the driver itself. And that is really scary because this actually tells us that the user of the dread driver moving forward are gonna fight as well as when Sabimaru first used the driver itself. So we already saw the potential damage in the previous episode, and the reason why in this episode Sabi is not able to pick up a good fight with Valvarat, and the reason why Valvarat is able to take down Kamen Rider Dread so easily is because the body of Sabimaru no longer is able to handle the stress and the strain of using the Dread Driver itself. And that is also another thing regarding the Dread Driver I felt like is gonna be fixed moving forward, because if every single user of the Dread Driver can only henshin using the Dread Driver for a period of time, then we might actually see eventually that the three abyssal sister is not gonna lose because they lose to the good guy, but maybe they're just gonna lose because the Dread Driver eat them alive, eat them from the inside out. I think that is gonna be really scary. But then again, if that is how the story wants to go, I'm okay with it. Okay, do whatever you want with it. Just make sure Lakesi have a lot of cute appearance. Get her into a mad costume, get her into a teacher's costume, get her into like different school costume, nurse costume, whatever costume. Just give me a lot of fan service from our amazing waifu Lakesi. Okay, I think that is enough for me already. But moving forward, let me talk about the gaijin actor. We actually get to see the one very English looking guy that is in this episode as being cast as one of the teacher in Furasuku High School, and also the English teacher for Houtarou itself. So we are not sure whether or not this actor is actually fully American or maybe fully British people, or maybe like he's kind of like a half breed, like half Japanese, half American, something like that. We are not sure, okay, because like anything can happen right now in Japan. There's like a lot of different ethnicity and different people from different nation are coming together and having sex with one another and producing babies of multicultural babies, something like that. Okay, so we are not sure this actor, is it a gaijin or not a gaijin? We are not sure. Okay, but really amazing thing. But lastly, I just want to end by talking about the fact that Valvarad Spana is not as cold as we think he is. The reason why he acts the way he is because he is trying to put his faith on on solving the problem. He is trying to solve the problem. But the way he solved the problem is not one that actually builds in hope. The way he solve a problem is based on realistic and how realistic it is for a certain thing to be happening, for a certain thing to make sense or to happen, something like that, because we actually get to see him looking at the crowd and saying hope before he leave at the end of this episode. And I felt like that is gonna be a little bit of character development that is waiting to happen for our boy Spana. He's gonna catch on the germ of optimism, the germ of hope, and then he's just gonna start to blur out some random thing regarding like, hey, like I want to be hopeful. I believe in hope as well. Maybe that is how the story is gonna go. But I'm still waiting on the fact that Valvara is gonna become a Kamen Rider, and I'm also waiting for the fact that Rinne is also gonna become a Kamen Rider as well. So with that being said, I think that is pretty much it from me regarding Kamen Rider Gotchard episode 13. I really enjoy the seriousness of this episode. I think the way they set up the episode by showing us how afraid Houtarou it is to accidentally kill off Sabimaru, I think that is amazing. I think that they did a splendid job on that. Hopefully they get to do more of similar episode. I think that's gonna be amazing. But with that being said, that is all from me. If you made it this far into the video, means you enjoy the content and you would like to see more. So I would love you to comment the word pepper in the comment section below. Why pepper? Is because pepper is when every single pepper is being created out of tree, and I think that is kind of like a basic form of alchemy, from tree to pepper, something like that. Okay, so with that being said, that is all from me. If you like what you see, you know what to do. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye, sayonara.